and welcome to the KWC Road to Gold podcast. I'm Josh Barron. I'm the National Director of the Karaoke World Championships. I'm really happy to see you guys tuned in and are watching from home. This week we're gonna be talking all about the 2026 season, what is going on so far, how you can get involved as either a venue or a karaoke host or even a singer. This whole thing is about finding our next world champ. Now, what you might not know about the Karaoke World Championships is that this has been around for 24 years. This was started in Finland by Kari Hunanen, and he was an alternate in the Olympics, and he also was in the Pan Am Games for Finland. And when he came back from competing, and they went out to karaoke, because in Finland, karaoke is like the thing to do. Like, you can't throw a rock without hitting a karaoke bar. It's pretty awesome. And they're out at karaoke one night, and he's like, you know what? There really needs to be an Olympiad of karaoke. And that is how it all started. He was like, there's all these showstoppers or all these great singers. This is not regular karaoke. The show is not regular karaoke. And you know what? The thing is that the Karaoke World Championships and finding a champ, while it doesn't look on the outside that it's just regular karaoke, it is. We're trying to find the best karaoke performer out there. And how do we do it? We do that from our judging, from our judges, our rubrics. We've been working out for a while on that. And this year we have a lot of exciting things here. Our national finals this year are going to be in Las Vegas at the Composers Room. And that is going to be August 10th through 12th, with the 9th being the registration and check-in date for everybody. And this year also we did introduce our juniors program. Our juniors program is there for children, or not, I shouldn't say children, because children and teens 5 years to 17 years old. And then our adult program is actually starting at 18 years old for this year, because the rest of the world, it's always been 18. But with our liquor laws, a lot of you can't actually go into bars if you're under 21. So that doesn't mean that if there's a venue that's having auditions and you're 18, that you can go and try out there. Please find out first if it's an 18, they allow 18 and over, or if it's a 21 establishment. But we still have the answer of the video auditions. The video auditions are actually happening right now. We have the last one going on right now. So if you have been waiting until after your local tryouts and to see if you still need to try out, the wait's over, because you don't have much more time. Our video rounds are open until May 31st. That's both for juniors and for adult solos. And the adult solos, if you come out on top as the champ of the video rounds overall, you win a trip to Las Vegas for the national finals, both your flight and your airfare. Now, if you're one of the juniors, you actually win a hotel stay here with your guardian or parents. So it's really exciting, because we're bringing more people, and we finally are able to do that with the juniors this year. In the past couple of years, we've also had duets. This year, we're not having the duets, but we do have the duets from last year who are coming back to compete, as well as the soloists. Last year, when we got to the World Finals in Thailand, that week, the Queen had passed away. So they actually had to cancel the World Finals because we wanted to make sure that we were in line with their customs. We did try to get permits to do the show, but they had taken all the permits away from all the shows out there. So we were sort of stuck. So this year we're going to have twice a big of a World Finals. We're going to have our champs from last year from all over the world coming to meet up, and we're going to have the 2026 champs. So that's why we're doing just solos this year for the adults, because we still need to finish last year, and it's going to be really exciting to see them all battle. And at the end of the show, I'll tell you where the World Finals is going to be this year. Not yet, not quite yet. The other thing that you're going to notice in the next coming weeks is a new website. Now, we partnered up with a great developer. You might know him as DJ Mike if you're in Kansas City. He is the creator of Smart Mike. And I started playing with his product, and I was really impressed. And there's a lot of things on the Smart Mike program that I was like, this would work really well for what we want to do at KWC, from everything from videos, because you can take your video auditions right there, but also judging and also registration. Now, I know a lot of you come to our website and you're very confused by it, and that's fine. It's a lot of information. So that's why we wanted to change it up and make it easier for you to use, easier for you to register, everything from singers, judges, mentors, and also our venues. Because if it's that hard to do, a lot of people will just give up halfway through, and we know that. And we don't ever want you to give up. That's part of becoming a champ, is you just don't give up. You push through. If you don't have answers, keep looking. Our website will always have the answers and all the information. You can please go to that KWCUSA.org. So next I'm going to talk about scoring. And our scoring did change a little bit. And actually, I believe I have a graphic on the judging scoring for you guys to put up. And last year, it was voice, technique, artistry, and stage presence. And we've been doing that since 2017. And we found that going back, well, we found when we go to Worlds, we're not winning as much at Worlds the last few years. So how do we alleviate it? Well, at Worlds, they're still doing it on the 40-point scale, but then the last time they scaled down to 20 points, they just cut it in half. And then they added a Eurovision scoring for the judges, where the judges could rank their top 10 in each round, and then they can apply those points to those singers. So if you were first on their list, they would get an extra 10 points from that judge, all the way down to 1 for that 10th, the person who's ranked 10th. And then that gets added in and everything unfolds. So we're like, how do we do that on the US market? You know, out here, we don't have Eurovision. We aren't used to Eurovision scoring. So we went back to the KWC archives. When I got involved in 2010, our KWC sanctioned scoring was this right here. And that is on voice, rhythm and tempo, artistry, stage presence, and also overall entertainment value. And underneath each one of these, you will see 5 categories. They're micro categories that are underneath. For our judges, we allow them to either take those micro categories and apply 2 points to each of them to add up to the 10 points, and they can use decimals, or they can just keep that in mind. When I'm judging, I always start with 5 points. I always figure everyone's coming in at 5 points, because that means you're a good karaoke singer. There's nothing wrong with being a good karaoke singer. That means that you have the building blocks to become the next champion. That means that you are moldable. We can give you the tips of how to do better. And if you follow our rubrics and you go through and see all the things we're judging on, and you start improving through that, then you can be that next champ. We've had many champs actually who have gone through our training programs and gone through the mentorship and have won and have gotten to Worlds. When you have the knowledge, it's amazing. You can actually buy a membership that's for $25 that lasts a year, and you can get all your scores and notes from your judges. And then you can get a mentor to even help you with deciphering those notes, finding where you're maybe not moving on, and then helping you with those little tiny things, because we don't want to leave points on the floor, and our mentors can help pinpoint that. This is not one-on-one training, though. This is just sending videos back and forth, some quick messages. And also, if you're working on something outside of KWC, you can also get advice on it if you have to sing like At Last at a wedding. It's always great, because you're like, I've only sung At Last like once. My friend wants to sing at a wedding. Go and hit up one of our mentors if you have a membership and say, this is what's going on. Can I send you a video of me singing it? How can I improve? And you're going to learn those little things. And our mentors come in all different shapes and sizes. We have some who are Grammy Award winners. We have some who only specialize in stage presence and artistry. We have others who are strictly vocal coaches and know like in the ins and outs of vocal technique. And then we also have ones who are casting directors of singing shows, and some of them who have actually been on those singing shows. And then we have people who are musicians who are also in the industry and the music business. So with that, I would like to introduce you to someone. Thomas Crawford is one of our judges. He actually judged the last 2 years at the national finals. And he has a lot of different things he works on, and he is a musician. And I'm going to bring him up right now. Hello, Thomas. Thomas is not a stranger to podcasts, by the way, because he has his own. He does podcasts all the time. He was doing something for a while that was called the Independent Music Guild. Currently, he's also working on a different project too. What was it called?
Darkstream Music
Darkstream Music Management.
And Amateur to Pro Music.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. And so, you know what? Let's start from scratch. How did you get involved in music and performing? Like, how did this all happen?
I've been a musician since I was 9 years old. I played the viola in elementary school, moved to a town that didn't have as robust of an orchestra, so I picked up the bass, played in a punk band when I was in high school, and just got the bug, like, playing my...
The punk bug?
Or just the performing side of it. I started playing some live shows when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and just really loved it. Like, that was kind of, every time I step foot on a stage, I become a different person, a different energy about it. And, that's kind of where it all started. Originally from Cincinnati, played in a lot of metal bands in Cincinnati. Had children at a young age, so I took a break, and I ended up getting a job with Amazon, and I worked with them for 15 years. Started as a CSA taking phone calls, and just kept getting promoted. When I left Amazon, I was a global training manager, so I was in charge of training teams in 11 different countries, lots of different languages. Got offered a job at Tinder. They relocated me to Los Angeles, and right around that time, I started getting back into music again, and started a band called Fleischkrieg with a friend of mine in Seattle. He moved down to LA as well, and I started applying a lot of the strategies and methodologies that I learned working in tech and in the corporate realm, and applying it to the band. And we never considered ourselves like a local band that, we start in LA or Seattle and expand out. It was like, no, let's, in this day and age with the internet and whatnot, like, you can start your presence wherever, and used a lot of those methodologies to be fairly successful. And I left Fleischkrieg about 2 years ago, and decided, hey, there's some things to this. And I've always had a desire for growing and developing other people. And, I'm a big, I like to use the adage, a high tide raise all ships. So, I'm always trying to help and develop other people grow. And in turn, that just makes me grow. And it warms my heart seeing other people succeed based off of my mentorship and things like that. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
So that's good to know. Like, I didn't know all of that, actually.
Oh, okay.
That's great. What now? You said you were a corporate trainer, so you used also a lot of those tools with your band. How do you use that when you're judging and mentoring people?
So I guess kind of going a little bit back into it, at one point, I was what was known as a quality improvement specialist. So I was doing a lot of like QA work. The other thing with adult learning is behaviors rather than just general knowledge, focusing on specific, observable, measurable, and relevant behaviors that present an outcome based off of that.
We have that in the rubrics.
Yeah. Yes, we do. And that's one of the things I like about it. And one of the things related to it in QA is having a rubric where you're observing, you're auditing someone's behaviors and performance in a particular thing, and in turn that spits out a semi-objective score and helps the coach or the trainer or whoever target the specific behaviors that they need to improve upon. So that is, well ingrained into that side of it. So honestly, like that's, like when I saw that there was a rubric the first time I judged, I'm like, yes,
right?
Yes, this is it.
There's so many competitions out there where it's just a clapping, or
Yeah.
the judge like, oh, it's just a 20-point scale. Just write down
Yeah.
what
No,
you want. Yeah, this is
no, like with anything, like from a corporate standpoint, from a band and music standpoint, there's outcomes, and working backwards from that, it is observable, measurable, and relevant behaviors that tie to make that outcome happen. And being able to categorize those in the most objective way you can, having that rubric makes it so much easier to target specific areas for improvement,
cool.
while also calling out what they are doing really well. Like a lot of people say strengths and weaknesses. I hate that. I say strengths and areas for improvement, or AFIs.
Right.
And it makes it a lot easier to coach an individual, because a lot of people, like in the training world, and again, it could be corporate tech or anything else, training is always the problem and the solution. And anytime someone anecdotally notices a problem, their immediate reaction is to, I call it fire hose training. Like, we're just going to douse everybody in this.
Yeah.
But if you drill down into the data and look at empirical details, you drill down to the root of a problem, and you identify and quantify it and find out, hey, it's only a couple of people that are really struggling in this one thing.
Right.
Let's focus, let's use the same amount of attention, but just on these people, and watch it grow from there.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So when you're judging, what's the first thing you notice when a singer hits the stage?
The very first thing is there's a couple, and I don't want to say the very first thing, but if I see a microphone stand, if I see someone, they come out and there's microphone stands and it stays there, I'm immediately like, they're already at a deficit, because and I understand it, because of joining the Karaoke World Championships as a judge, it's actually opened a door to the whole culture of karaoke. Like, I was not a karaoke person, and it opened the door, and now I'm completely obsessed with it. It's ridiculous. But and when I talk to people within the music world about karaoke, and they all look at me like, what?
Right.
But all of this to say, when I go and do karaoke, 50% of the time I have a microphone stand. But for me, when I'm going and doing karaoke, it is more of practice for me, and more of having fun and whatnot. Like, I know I'm not being judged, but when you're on a stage like the Karaoke World Championships, where the quality, the holistic quality of everybody coming on is so much more, the quality is better, but the pool of people is smaller, which makes the competition, like, especially last year, there were people that it was literally like a fraction of a point.
So close.
Yeah, so close on those
between
things.
20th and 25th. Like, you have those 5 people who can't move on, and it's like, why?
Oh yeah, like, even like last week, which I helped with one of the venue competitions
over at Taverna Casa.
Yeah. So I was watching that, and like, at first it was only 6 people. Then when it got kicked off, there was 13 people.
Something 13, 15.
And there was a couple that, like, when they started, I was like, oh wow, like, they're gonna go pretty big, and then
tuckered out.
And also there was so many more people that showed up toward the end that I was just like, what? And it was like, and at the end, when they, like, I totally agreed with who the top 5 were, but in my mind I was like, but what about that one person, and what about that? Like, they're so good. So when it comes to the competition side of it, going back to the microphone stand, if I see a microphone stand, that tells me that stage presence is going to be muted, or there is a level of nerves that, that's a crutch. They don't see them shaking.
Right.
You know,
What if they use the microphone stand as a
there you,
prop and
thank you.
using that
And
because that's
yes, and that is the difference. So I'll say, I start off like if I see a microphone stand, I immediately it's a half a point taken away, unless it gets used as a prop or they're using it in some way.
right.
Beyond it just standing there, and then because what generally happens when there's a microphone stand, they are just standing there, and to me, you're not using the stage.
So
you're not
singers, if you've
engaging.
gotten that note from one of the judges last year at nationals, it
me.
was possibly Thomas.
It was definitely me.
Possibly Thomas. What do you think that separates a technically good singer
Hmm.
from someone who's like a future star?
So for me, I'm the stage presence guy. Like I am hardcore on stage presence, and the biggest thing with stage presence, and I think also this kind of going into it is getting tied into the overall entertainment value. Like there's some overlapping aspects of it, but for me, stage presence is connection.
Mhm.
It is one of the when I first started going to shows, I saw a bunch of shows like, yeah, those were pretty good, but the first show I remember going, holy crap! Like I went and saw this band called Mushroom Head, and I was like, they've got this kabuki curtain, they drop it. There's this lights and there's this energy to it, and even that, like I the heavier the better for me. But they're not a heavy band, but their show was great. And then the thing that really solidified it for me was I was audience left, stage right, and the guitar player, his name was Gravy, even though he's wearing a mask and you can barely see, he saw me and pointed at me and like, through the horns or whatever. And I was like, oh, he saw me. I'm a part of this.
Right.
And like there is a connection between, instead of just watching someone versus participating and being in
Right.
that and enjoying it. It brings you in and it makes you feel like as a fan, you are connected to what this person is
Yeah.
trying to do. So for me, that's
Cool.
that's the big thing. Like I've seen a lot of great technical singers that, and they just stand there,
Yeah.
or they like, or they're very emotive, and you feel. But to me, it feels like they're singing to themselves, and it shouldn't be. It should be a group energy of everyone that's there and how to engage with them.
Right. Yeah. So artistry and stage presence.
Yes.
Because the artistry also comes to that
Yeah.
point too, because that really tells the emotions. That's the part where it's like,
Mhm.
are you telling that story and everything?
Yeah.
So you find that the stage presence and the artistry is more important than the vocal ability? And you could
Yeah.
yeah. It's okay to
I'm gonna say yeah. Like, yeah. Now not to say. So I actually did. I talked a little bit about this on one of my recent YouTube videos. Is talent? Talent isn't a talent alone is not going to move you forward. There has to be structure. There has to be strategies, and there has to be interactions. Talent is like it's a never-ending ceiling. Like you can sit there and woodshed on the guitar. You can sit there and do vocals for 8 hours a day. That's great, but there's a balance. And if you are solely focused on the talent and you're missing all this other stuff, there's a balance. And I will say, I can't think of the names off the top of my head, but there were a couple of people that were in like the top 5 in nationals last year that they scored, like they were way better than from a performance standpoint, but not necessarily on a technical vocal ability.
Right, but really what it comes down to, it's a balance of everything.
Yes.
And while it's important, everyone's like, "What? He is someone." But it's not that you think it's really more important. It's that we get to this level that everybody vocally is going to be really tight.
Yep.
We just saw someone last week at Taverna, probably the best singer in the spot, and she didn't move on.
Right.
And because she stood there and she sang to herself.
Yep.
You're exactly right on that part.
Yep.
And so it's just like, but because you're getting to that level, like I've seen multiple, you don't know what you're going to face at the world finals.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, the person who won was 100% the best karaoke performer out there
Mm-hmm.
because she hit all those tangibles that are on her scoring.
Mm-hmm.
It was very karaoke, but you had people out there who, outclassed her vocally, but we need that full package. We
Mm-hmm.
need everything there.
Yep.
So that's a big thing, which is the artistry and the stage presence of it.
Yeah. Well, and also like with any categories and anything you do, if there comes a point within the development and growth of that category or aspect that once you go past it, it's a point of diminishing returns.
Right.
Like no matter how much more effort you put into this, the amount of improvement overall is going to be fractional.
Yep.
Versus balancing it out.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes left to really talk about this. What advice would you give to a singer who is nervous about trying out for the Karaoke World Championships?
I would say absolutely go for it, no matter what the nerves are. So, if nothing else, the Karaoke World Championships gives a platform to share exactly what we talked about. Mm-hmm. You are getting objective third parties watching your performance and grading you on a holistic scale with very targeted behaviors that you can then in turn be that thing that helps guide your strategy on however you're wanting to develop. And think of, and it doesn't even have to be like, I want to be the world champion karaoke singer. It could be whatever. Like, even if I want to be a really good performer and I want to be a good musician and all this other stuff. And karaoke, the Karaoke World Championship rubric is a way that you can have that objective feedback that tells you on the things that you can work on.
Yeah, great. What kind of advice would you give to someone who's trying to make music their career, though?
Okay. So this is actually the big thing that I preach on.
You got a minute.
I got 1 minute. Amateur to pro music. The big thing is strategies. I call it the operating system or the artist operating system. You have to first create a mission, like to establish a mission statement, work backwards to where you are now. Mission statement, 3-year vision, annual goals, quarterly projects, weekly checkpoints and accountability, and then constant review of results of the work that you're doing. And that way, it's going to be targeted and making sure that you're going in the right direction and it filters out all the noise in the way and all the opportunities that sound cool, the nice shiny stuff, but it actually is not going to serve ultimately what you're wanting to do.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And most people are like, wait, what? There's that much that goes into it? What?
Oh.
I just want to be a musician. I just want to be a singer.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. It's a lot. And you know what? It took me a long time. I was a corporate trainer. And I never realized I had to apply that to my life actually until talking to you. Because we did a little business. I was like, hey, I want some coaching for this. And that's exactly what you said to me. But, it's also helped me structure my crazy schedule of shows, doing KWC, fitting other things in there that I can do also, and working with our sponsors and doing podcasts with, like, there's a lot, but you have to keep it.
Yeah, anytime an opportunity comes around, the first question you ask yourself is this in line with my mission?
Exactly.
And if the answer is no, politely decline.
Yep. All right. So before we're done with this part of it, where can we find your podcasts?
Okay.
And what is it through Darkstream Music or management?
No, so Darkstream Music Management is now solely just artist management.
Okay.
It is Amateur to Pro Music. You can find it on YouTube at Amateur to Pro Music. I have a school community, and links are tied into that. And
school is SKOOL, not school S. You're not going to school, but it's an app. Please download it. It has a lot of great content on it. A lot of great people on there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so those are the primary things. The podcast itself is forthcoming. Right now, it's mainly just a YouTube channel with quick tip videos and stuff like that. But the podcast is coming. Currently organizing that in a structural way that it makes sense that I can continue with it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. Stay here because we are going to be trying some great stuff. So I'm going to be showing off some great products. So KWC has a lot of sponsors this year. We're also affiliates with a lot of them because when you're an affiliate, they want to partner with you, which is to me sort of like more of an organic way of a sponsorship because if we're talking about them and it's one thing if you're just talking about a product, but when you try it and you know about it and you enjoy it, I know that the one thing I have a weakness for is energy drinks. I know that a few of you know that I've had heart issues and everything, so I'm always trying to find stuff that's not as jittery, not as hard on me, because like I really don't want to drink a Monster Energy, a Red Bull, or a Rockstar. They make me super like I have to sometimes because of my crazy schedule, and people say, you don't have to. No, I do. Um, so I've been looking for other products out there, and I've really gone with a lot of some of the organic stuff. There's some great things out there, but today, what I found was a gaming one. Now, these guys, most of the gamers and a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people on Discord are using this right now while gaming. This is Dubby Be Better, which I think is hilarious because they already, I'm already can think about the lawsuits they already got into. But it's Jitterless Energy. The blend is way, way more organic than what's in your Rockstar, what's in your Red Bull. You don't sort of want to know. Their ingredients are listed right on here, and the supplement info is right on here too. And it's really nice and easy to read. A lot of them, and they do have a non-caffeinated version because it's more than caffeine that's getting you jived up when you're on, because you're going to have your vitamin B6 and B12 and your niacin and your vitamin C. But this actually, they have two different types of caffeine in here. They use a coffee fruit. So the actual coffee, the fruit of the coffee to get some of that. And then they use caffeine and dry. But you can look up online. They have everything available online. So if you want to know where they're getting that from, they're very open and transparent, which I really like about it. The taste of this is amazing. I got this yesterday and I had it before I went to host karaoke over at Smelly Cat, and I loved it. And one of the things I loved was I first dipped my finger in it. Why don't you take one of those bottles right there? I dipped my finger in it and I tasted it, and it tasted like Lickamaids or Dip-a-Stick.
Oh,
Dip-a-Stick.
yeah.
And it was like, what? This already tastes good without water. So you can drink about 4 ounces out of there. So now what we're going to do, the thing is, you can make this so you can go on the go. They also have little individual packets online. This you'll see on the Facebook page currently, and I believe on our Instagram page, our link to it. You can get a starter pack that comes with a cup and 3 different flavors, and this is some good stuff right here. So you just take a scoop. And we'll have to clean up the table if we get any on there. I'm very sorry to the space right now.
Nope.
And then, no, you got enough.
Perfect.
And then you're going to put the lid on, and you're just going to shake, Sonora. And this is dragon fruit. I was supposed to bring on the orange sherbet or the rainbow sherbet, but this one was open, and I also really liked it. So now, one thing is when I've drank other drinks like this, like the Mios and the Propel Energy,
C4.
Yeah, they've been like gritty. They have like sort of like this weird aftertaste. I want you to taste the first one.
There is no grit.
Right?
It's pretty mild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig that.
They do have so many different flavors, and they also are pairing up with gamers and also games. So you'll see a lot of great things on their website where if you're a gamer and you're playing games online, you're going to know some of the stuff on there. I can't be a gamer anymore. I don't have time for it. B, it makes me have seizures. So there's that. So I can't do that. But it's really nice because it is mild. This is the dragon fruit flavor. And I'll tell you, I drank the whole thing. I did drink it yesterday. I did not have I didn't have that like heart, the quick heart stuff. And I'm trying to find something that can still get me through the day. And yes, should I be drinking energy drinks in general? Probably not. But if I'm not drinking this, I'm drinking coffee, and coffee is just as hard on your heart. I'm trying to find something that's a lot less hard on it. Um, and so, also as a performer in Vegas, you have to be ready sometimes to do 4-hour sets, especially at the casinos. Um, it's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy what they make us do here.
Yeah,
Um,
when I go on tour, we would always do some type of energy drink 15 minutes before going on
yep.
stage.
And you get that crash.
But well, not only the crash, but like if we didn't do something immediately, it literally felt like electricity was going down our arms.
Not
and
this does not
oh.
does not do it. Does not do it. And really, that was part of the thing, is that this is the marathon of karaoke. When you get to nationals, it is long days. When you get to worlds, it is long days. I already know the schedules for those. So, but you know, it's clean energy. It gives you focus the whole time, and we really want you to be able to get through this and get through your days, because you know we all have busy schedules and everything. Next, I'm going to talk about a great product that is still in the box, because I'm going to be doing an open box thing at my own. They'll be on my YouTube page. But this is from Song over Air Studio S1. Now, what is this? Now, I was at CES, and I love CES because I get to play with other things. And this is the one product there, other than iCario, that I was really, really, really stoked about. And hey, look, there it is. And this is the one that has the whole shebang. And why I say the whole shebang is that you can get just the microphone, and you can get one that has a microphone and just the earbuds with it. Actually, I believe they all have the earbuds. And then you have ones that also have these units on the side that you can plug in, and they're transmitters. And you can do Bluetooth from your phone. You can plug your guitars in them. It also is a full DAW. It comes with a DAW. I'm going to show you more screenshots in a little bit. But you can switch between the style of mic. It actually has both a dynamic mic and also a condenser mic in there.
Wow.
And a lot of people who are performing live and you're doing like a duo, you can go your guitar right in there and record your whole sessions, take it back into the DAW, and switch the way it sounds. For me, this was the answer for video auditions, guys. You guys are doing video auditions and you're playing a little tiny speaker across the room, or maybe you're playing off your TV. So we're just only hearing you, and we need to hear the music too, because we need to see if you're on beat. Also, we need to see if your pitch is actually matching. If the track is too low, it's not good. If the track is too high, it's not good. With this, you can plug it right into your phone while you're recording, and you could hold it like a regular microphone and sing right into it. And you're going to be in your earbuds with the sound, and it's recording all back into your phone. It was incredible. I cannot wait to open this and try it out. I've already tried this out at CES, and I was obsessed, and we've been in talks with them. We will have an affiliate code coming from them later this week, but this comes with Cubase right out of the box, so you have a DAW that you can play with and work with. It's a great little system. You can also, Stephen Ohl, UHL, he is Danielle, who was our photographer at Nationals last year. It's her husband. He's a professional musician. You can also watch his recommendations online about it. He didn't like it for his podcast, but he really liked playing guitar and doing his music to it. But he said for his podcast, he has the SM78s like this. And last, we have Carafun. And we have Singa. Actually, we have Singa first. Singa is our world sponsor. I'm not going to forget about Singa. If Singa was not there, we wouldn't be here today. So Kari Hunanen, who invented the Karaoke World Championships, his son, Ate, is the owner and originator of Singa. And Singa is amazing. And they have a special offer for you guys. You get 2 months free of the premium consumer version of their program. You can use it on your phone, your tablet, your computer. You get great music. It also gives you a way to practice and gets you pro level tracks. And you even have a lot of the songs now with the original backing track. So when you think about karaoke and you're worried about your karaoke track not sounding like the original, Singa has found that solution. So they want to give us 2 free months All you got to do is go to getsinga.com/KWC and put in KWC Sing 4, and you can get 2 months free of the system. It is amazing. They also do have pro subscription for hosts and venues out there. If you were more interested in that as a host or also as a venue and you need a karaoke solution, that also is a vast library with all some of the best brands that you're already used to, like Zoom and Party Time, and also Stingray, which is Sound Choice. You guys know as Sound Choice, and Sunfly. You can get that all there and these original songs. And every day they're coming out with new songs, and all with pro licensing for your venues, which is phenomenal. But come just write us at info@kwcteamusa.com. And or you can also go to our website and just send us a message there, and we can help you with getting a subscription for Singa. Next, we have Carafun. And Carafun jumped in the ring because they really want to see our singers succeed. They're really all about the KWC. And they offered a 30% for off on their premium for the first month. If you go to KWC, in the code, you go to carafun.com. The code is KWC 2026. If you put that in, you get the 30% discount. But the coolest thing that they have done is now there's a battle mode. So you can, which I was hoping to do it today, but I know we're going to be close to out of time. So I only got like 2 more minutes. The battle mode lets you play with your friends. You don't even have to be in the same room. You can sing right into your phone, and it judges you and it gives you a pitch. It's amazing in battle mode. So that's one of their new things. It also gives a live leaderboard, real-time scoring. It's really interactive. And it's really pretty. It's really awesome. So again, please go to Carafun. And also, if you're a venue who's signing up for Karaoke World Championships and you're using YouTube, we are also giving you a free month of Carafun Pro, which is for hosts and venues. So you can use that for your month of qualifiers. That way you can get out of using YouTube. Please don't use YouTube, guys. Not only does it look good, does it look bad, and it looks like sort of amateur when you go into a bar, but the other thing is that it's actually not compliant with ASCAP and BMI and CSCAP rules. Please look into it. I know that everyone's like, but everyone's using YouTube. I get it. Please use either someone's legal library, use Singa or Carafun, and now we have a solution with a free month of Carafun Pro. So please, use legal music. So we are down to the nitty gritty. We only got a couple minutes left. So a couple things is I'm going to announce where Worlds is going to be. Everyone's like, where's Worlds going to be this year? Well, it is going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, we are not going overseas, which makes me actually really sad because we're not going overseas, and I always look forward to that every year. But it also makes us really happy because we're going to be able to be performing on some major stages out here. So we're going to be at the Silverton Casino, and it's going to be October 26th to 29th at the World Finals here in Las Vegas. We'll give you some more information when it comes out, and we have the 2025 champs and the 2026 champs who are all coming here to battle it all together. It's going to be super exciting.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. And I know the other countries are really excited about being here. Now, you need to start trying out, guys, and also venues. You can't stop stalling. I know we've talked to a lot of venues who are planning on signing up. Our season ends for venues, for tryouts, June 30th. That's the latest any venue can go. So in July, we're having most of the state finals. So you either need to try out by video right now by going to KWCUSA.org and go under video auditions and submit a video that you've made within the last month. It has to be taken in one take. So it can't have like multiple camera angles or anything. You can't go and like add all this extra stuff or remix the music. No, it isn't a one take. You can improve the sound if you want and go in and improve it, but you can't manipulate it. You can't put pitch control on there. A lot of venues are happening right now. We have Kansas. We have 2 venues in Kansas that both signed up. We have Washington State piling on new venues. Nevada just added another new venue. We have Carl and Martin's that's starting very soon. We have Horse Trailer Hideout that's starting very soon. We have Jason Aldean's, which is going to be starting very soon. And then in Washington, we have a lot. In California, we have a bunch of venues coming on that are just, we're still just trying to wait on their signature for that. We have Michigan over at Halo. Wisconsin should be starting soon. But the best thing to do, in Alaska's been going strong. They like came on and it was like last minute and boom, now it's here. And they have multiple venues. If you want to know how to get involved, go to kwcusa.org and you'll be able to scroll down on that page and see what states there are. We also do have Indiana, who's just solidifying their venues, and Florida. And my voice is almost gone, so we need to wrap this up. I would like to thank the space. The space has been amazing doing this podcast for us. It's fantastic. We're doing this podcast every Sunday from 2 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be about 45 minutes to an hour long. And every week we'll have new products and also new guests on here. And I'm really excited about it. And also look at our YouTube page, our KWCUSA channel, because this will also be up there, but you'll also see some other things, a lot of product tests and things like that, and also some other interviews, and also clips of all the past performances, because if you watch that, then you will know how to win if you watch the past performances. Thomas, thank you for coming on down here.
It was my pleasure.
And joining me. And, guys, go for the gold. Go for the gold. Get a membership. Look at that scoring. We want to, find the next champ, but we also want to turn you into a champ. And sometimes that doesn't mean going to a world finals. That means becoming the best you and getting over your hurdles. So thank you guys for watching. Please be part of the Karaoke World Championships USA. I'll see you all next week.